Welcome back. Once you have downloaded the CSV file, let's get into the next part of our tutorial, data transformation. This is where you can change the format, structure, or value of the data. As the case scenario has mentioned, now you are a market data analyst in Cisco. There are a few things to do with your current R knowledge to extract some information. First, you go to the file where you store your downloaded file and open your R Markdown. Make sure your CSV file is also located at the same place with your RMD file, then select the R Markdown. Alright, now try to open a new code chunk here below the case scenario and then try to use the read CSV function. So we type read.csv, open bracket, we press file equals to open inverted comma, remember this, and then we type the file name, Cisco stop check 2020.csv, and then comma, because we have the header, right? So put header equals to true. Okay, so we just run current chunk and then you have loaded the CSV file. Alright, as the file name were kind of unorganized because there are a lot of files in your company, right? So you are planning to standardize the file name of the company in order to make it easier to keep track. Especially while you are running R, you would try to make it short and simple. Thus, you name the CSV file into soda. Okay? Remember the assignment operator sign? Now you name the CSV file into soda just to make it short. Alright? So we start with soda. Remember the assignment operator? So we just put the arrow sign here and then just copy and paste this read CSV function and then just press run current chunk and you are done. So just to check if you have actually already loaded and also allocate the name itself, then you just type soda and then press alternate enter as a shortcut and you are done. So you can see it actually worked the same as the read CSV file, but it's just you have allocated the new name for the file. Alright. Just to kickstart, you would like to load some packages. So you go to the library and load the dplyr and migrator package. So we type library and then just type dplyr and then just type another library button and then type migrator. And then just run current chunks to run both of the functions and then both of your packages will be run accordingly lah. So don't worry too much about these red words shown here. They were just telling you that your library, your dplyr and migrate package have already loaded. Alright, so for this, make sure you have actually installed your dplyr and migrator package in order to load the packages. Otherwise, it will pop up the error bar lah. If you have not installed the packages, you can refer back to the part 1 to check how to install your packages. Alright? While waiting for Cisco higher management to provide some work for you, so you decided to practice using RStudio by viewing the data set in the program. So we start with an overview of the data set. We can use the glimpse function. So we try glimpse and then open bracket. We've allocated the name, the file, the CSV file into soda already, right? So we can just put the soda into the bracket and then just press alternate enter to run. And then you can have a general view of this data set And you can actually even use glimpse x equals to soda, and it will come up with the same thing. For glimpse function, you can actually enable you to view everything in matrix form. So you can see this is the first row, the second row, the third row, okay? So it actually show you there is a total of 52 rows and there is a total of 18 columns here. In order to have a full view of data set, back to here, we use the view function and include the dataset you want to view. Okay, so just to take note of this, most of the function in R are generally in small letter, but for view, the V should be in capital letter. So capital V, IEW, open bracket, X equals to soda. And then you press alternate enter again. And then you would see there is an external tab to show you the full list of data. Like, it just looks as similar as your Excel sheet. Alright? Just a shorter version which actually works the same way. You can just put view, open bracket, the file name, and you are done. Alright? Besides, in order to view the top 5 row of the data frame, we usually use the slice head function and indicate how many rows you would like R to show you. So we start with slice head, remember the underscore, and then dot data equals to soda n equals to 5, because you want to view how many rows you want, right? So you just tell R that you want to see only 5 rows, so n equals to 5, and then press enter. Okay, so that would work, and then you see the first 5 rows of the data already. Other than that, you can actually use the head function, also the same, data equals to soda, n equals to 5, and then press enter. Oops. So yeah, for head, you need to put x equals to, then you press enter. So it works the same way. Alright? Just need to note that when you use head function, then you use x equals to soda instead of data equals to soda lah. Alright? To view the bottom 3 rows of the data frame, very similar with the slice head and head function, but just change the word head into tail instead. So slice tail dot data equals to soda, and then because we only want the bottom 3 rows instead of 5 rows, right? So we just change the number, n equals to 3. Then we just run, and then you can see the last 3 rows is good day, home soy, and Schweppes. Other than that, you can just use the tail function, x equals to soda, and then n equals to 3. And then, yep, you get the exact same thing with the slice tail function. So either way it works, it depends on which one you are preferring lah. Alright? Now you would like to view a specific column, for example, the list of drinks. So how we want to use, we use the $sign to indicate which column you would like to show. So just now we just run the word soda, right? So basically you see everything. So to see a specific column, you just include a $sign, and then just tell the R that which column you want to focus on. So now we want to see the drinks column. So we just press drink and then just let it to run. Then you would see what's the list of drinks you have, the full list of drinks actually like Cesco offer lah. Alright. Besides that, in order to get the summary of the data set, for example, like you want to see some mean, mode, median, and even some characteristic of the data, we usually can use the summary function, and you would see all the details from every single column. So we type summary and then open bracket soda and then press run, and then you can see even the number column, they will show minimum, maximum, mean, mode, median, first quartile range, and etc, etc. And then you can see all the range, all the mean, mode, median from January to December sales, and even for total sales, stock initial and stock finals. And then for those without any numbers, then they would actually indicate that it's actually a character that is no numbers here. Alright? But because this is like everything, right? So if you would like to see a very specific summary of data set, again, just use the $sign. Alright? So just go summary again, and then soda, and then now put a $sign here, and then referring to which variable you are interested. So for example, you want to look into total sales only, then you just type it out like total sales. Make sure the letter case is correct, and then you press enter, and then you would see this is the very specific answer you would get lah. Alright? So next, you would like to arrange your data set. There are a few ways to arrange your data set. So first, if you want to arrange by specific column, for example, like drinks, so just ignore the first part according to first column. Okay, so we start with the list of drinks. So we have like 52 rows, 52 types of drink we have. So we want to arrange according to alphabetical order. Alright, so we can go with arrange dot data equals to soda and then drinks, and then run. Then you would see initially it will start from 1 to 10 onwards, but now it actually arranged according to the numbers first and then followed by A to Z. So you can see here, so page 2 until page 6, so Y is the last one lah. Alright, so this is like kind of not a full version of this command. So if you are unsure like how to type in your command, you can just press like question mark arrange and then press alternate enter, and then it will actually see this help pane. Then they will tell you like, okay, so this function should be put in this frame, and then you would see in the end of the day you would have this by group equals to false. So in general, by default, you would see the by group function, it would generally assume that it is false. So if you would want to put it the full version of this command, you can just put data equals to soda drinks by group equals to true. Okay, just remove this question mark, and then we have drinks. Just make sure everything is correct, and then just press run. Oops, so you will see there is some error here. So you see there is a full stop here, which should be a comma. So just remove it and then change it and then run again. Then you would see, so it is actually arranged accordingly already. So no matter by group is true or by group is false. So this one we just change to false. And then press run. You would see the exact same thing. So why is this so is that the main function of by group is that if it's true, it would actually sort the first thing by grouping variables. So it actually applies only to group data frame when you use the group by function. So we didn't use the group by function, so even though you type by group is true or false, if or you don't even include the by group function, it doesn't really matter because you didn't utilize the group by function to group certain information to arrange it or prioritize it lah. So since we are not using the group by function, we can just ignore the by group function, just followed with this arrange data equals to soda and then drinks, and then it will just arrange according to the alphabetical order of drinks because you did not group any category at the first place. Alright? Here, if you would like to allocate a name for it, you can just assign a name for this. So for example, like soda arrange, okay, just put ARR as an abbreviation. So remember this assignment operator. So there's a tips here. So the shortcut for assignment operator is alternative plus a negative sign. So we can see this. Alright, so we just copy and paste the arrange function and then just press run. Then when you type soda arrange, then you can see it actually automatically, this is by default, this is how your dataset look like lah. So it will actually also store in your environment pane here. Then you can see soda ARR here. Alright, so let me put a note here just for your reference. The shortcut for assignment operator is alternate plus the negative sign. Alright, now try to arrange according to type of drink. So it is the same thing, so we just press arrange and then dot data equals to soda, and then now we go with type. Okay, so we just type type and then just press run, and then you can see they would actually arrange according to type instead of the drinks. So just now you can see this one, it start with 100 plus, it's carbonated drinks, and then like you can have a mixture of carbonated coffee and tea and water, and then now you arrange according to type, so that is a slightly different arrangement here lah. Alright, let's go a little bit further. It's nearing the end of the year where Sesco would like to observe the current sales of their soda line and have requested you to extract some information. You would like to filter according to the types of drinks. So now we utilize the filter function. We put data equals to soda. So we start with filter and then type data equals to soda. Okay, if you are actually like feeling this is not so efficient, you want to be faster and more efficient, actually you can just omit the word data equals to and then just type the name of the data frame. Alright, so we can just remove this. We go with soda, and then R will actually just assume that the first column is data frame anyways. Then the next column you can indicate which criteria or which column you would like to filter. So for example, like type of drink, we want coffee and tea category, so we go to filter soda, and then we want the type of the drink equals to coffee and tea. Alright, and then now we run, and then you can see like all the information here are just coffee and tea, but there is no other types of drink. So just to make sure that you use the double equal sign here, so that R can actually process what you are telling them, is that the type you are referring is coffee and tea, but not telling them type is actually equals to coffee and tea. Okay, now try to filter the flavored drinks. Same thing, we go to filter, and then the data frame soda, and then types equals to flavored drinks, and then run. Then you will see it here. So here are some conditions you would like to check if the drinks have lower than 1,000 ringgit sales during March. Remember some logical operator I mentioned earlier, so this is where we can apply. The less than function. So as usual, we go filter and then soda, and then because we want to look at the sales during March, which is lower than 1,000 ringgit, right? So we go for March column, less than 1,000. Okay, so just run it, and you can see these are the list of drinks that have the sales lower than 1,000 ringgit in March. To extract certain row of information, for example, the sales of certain product throughout the year, basically a very specific information to show a one particular row of information. Like if you want to look at information of 100 plus only, so we just go to filter and then soda, and of course the column of drinks instead equals to 100 plus. Don't forget to put your inverted comma, otherwise you would see another error. So just run it, and then you would see the row of 100 plus, and then you would see all the sales throughout the year, every information you have here. So now try to extract the exact same thing but with different type of drink. For example, Lipton. So we go with filter, and then soda drinks equals to Lipton, and then press run. Okay, just a note here for your reference, you can actually rename the data just in case like you want to put it in your environment pane. You can allocate any name as you prefer. Just do note that not to start with a number. So let me show you this. So if you want to show, like, to filter 100 plus, and then we allocate the name as 100 plus, right? So we put like 100 plus, and then allocate, and then filter equals to drinks, filter equals to soda, drinks equals to 100 plus, then you can see this. So there is an error function, like this error sign saying that there is an unexpected symbol in 100 plus. Well, I'm not too sure why R just don't process something start with number somehow. So let's just do with an alternative way. So we just put plus 100, but using the same function. And yep, it can run. Okay, so if you would want to check your answers, simply run the object name you allocated, such as plus 100, and then run, and then you would see this. Or using the glimpse or view function can also work. So glimpse, and then you just put plus 100, you see this. Or view function, x equals to plus 100. Okay, so you can see it in an external tab lah. So just do remember that it is very case sensitive. So try do this. So I press plus 100, but it's not in a capital letter, right? So you just run. You can see object plus 100 is not found. So do remember that. Make sure you use the capital letter P, and then it would run according to what you want. Okay, next, now you're only interested to look at specific column of the data frame. Let's try to select some functions. To observe the total sales and stock amount in the beginning and the end of the year, you can actually put the select function. So select, and then data equals to soda, and then you want to have to observe the total sales and the stock amount in the beginning and the end of the year. So there is a few columns you want to check, right? So just put whatever you are interested. So we want to see the drinks column, of course, and then type of drinks, total sales, and then stock initial, and stock final, just to have everything here. Then you would see this. All right. Or since the column are actually arranged in a sequence, right? You can see, like, for example, this from here to here. And then, like, you can actually utilize the colon function. So what is colon? Colon is these two dots here, to be more efficient rather than typing every single header lah. So imagine that you need to type out like 10 variables which has a super long name, then it would be a bit less efficient. So let's try this. We use select, the same function. Also dot data equals to soda, and then we want the drinks, we want the type, and then from total sales onwards, and then until the colon button, and then stock finals, and then press run. Then you would see the exact same thing you wanted lah. So this is a shorter way of doing it. So now to observe the sales of drink from January to June only. So instead of like certain column or stuff, so now you actually extracting certain information. So try to apply this. Okay, let's try. So we try to use select, and then also dot data equals to soda, and then we have drinks, but we are not interested whichever type of drinks they are in the category of, right? So we just look at just the sales from January to June. So instead of typing from January, February, March, April, May, June, you just type this and then press run, and then you are done. So you can see from January onwards to June, like just the first half of the year, and you can see everything already lah. So next, you want to add or change variable using the mutate functions. So Sesco would like to know the amount of stock sold between the beginning of the year, known as stock initial, and the end of the year, known as stock final. Therefore, you have been asked to create a new column for this requested data. To create new column, you can do this, but just in case you would want to interrupt your original data, let's allocate a name for it, alright? So we want to see the stock difference, right? So let's name it as stock difference. Stock difference. So again, the assignment operator, alternate negative or alternate dash, and then press the mutate function, and then dot data equals to soda, and then we want to allocate a new name for the stock difference, right? So we just put stock DIFF indicates that it a difference. So we want the column stock initial minus stock final. So we just do a basic calculation here. So use stock initial and then minus stock final. Alright, so just press run, and then you're unsure what you have run and you're unsure whether if it's correct or not, so just type it out, stock difference, and then just press enter, and then you would see, go to the very last column, and then this stock different column will actually include it and add into the last column lah. Alright, so now, oh no, Sesco has actually, Sesco has accidentally recorded their shipment in January as Ringgit Malaysia RM instead of its originally shipped country, which is to Singapore. Try to help Sesco convert the sales on January to Singapore dollar. So the tips here is that the conversion rate of Ringgit Malaysia to SGD is 0.32. So we shall use this formula, RM times 0.32 equals to SGD. Do remember, when we use some mathematical operator, or we known as arithmetic operator, we don't use X that indicate times, but we use the asterisk function. So do remember this, and otherwise you might see all the information will be override into January X 0.32. Haha. Another revision of our previous slide is the arithmetic operator for R would be the asterisk sign lah. So we assign as the January again here, and then again alternate dash for the assignment operator, and then type mutate, and then open bracket soda, and then try to override the January column into equals to January times 0.32, and then press run, and then type January to view it, and you can see the value has been override from the same column. Ta-da! How about changing the currency in May into SGD instead? As we still want to actually look at the Malaysian ringgit as a reference because we are in Malaysia, right? Let's create a new column. So let's just name it, allocate a new name for this. So we allocate it as an object. So May SGD, and then the assignment operator. So mutate, and then dot data equals to soda, and then May underscore SGD equals to May, the May column, right? The value of May column times 0.32, and then just press run. Again, just type at May SGD, the data frame, and then you will see it in the very last column. Okay, so this one, you can see here, it has created here. Alright, so last but not least, we go into summarizing data frame using pipe operator. Basically, Sesco would like to impress their investor by presenting their top sales, so help Sesco by extracting this information. Now, the very last thing we want to cover will be pipe operator. It might sound a bit daunting or even confusing at first, but you would actually love it later. What is actually pipe operator? Pipe operator is a special operational function available under the Magritter function and dplyr packages, basically developed under Magritter, which allow us to pass the result of one function or argument to the other one in sequence. So with pipe operator, you don't actually need to repeat, like keep repeating your data frame. So just now we keep typing like dot data equals to something, or like keep typing the soda data frame, but just start with the name of the data frame and then you put the pipe operator. The function will not just allow you to summarize certain stuff, but also enable to kind of combine a few functions under the same data frame in one sentence lah. So just a tips here, there is actually a pipe operator shortcut. Instead of just typing this, the percentage and then the arrow, the right arrow and then percentage, you can actually just use the shortcut. So let me put the shortcut here. So shortcut for pipe operator is Control plus Shift plus M. Alright, so let us try this. So Control Shift M and then you will see this. Even though it's still 3 character, like you will still need to have Control Shift M, and like when you use this percentage, arrow percentage, is still 3 button, but anyways, that's based on your own preference. So back to this, which top 3 soda sold the greatest number of stocks? So we want to start with the file name with the stock difference. Okay, so just now we have this greatest number, like all this stock already, right? So this one, stock difference. So from the original data itself, and we have this stock difference function, so you can see this, our data frame here. Okay, so we just put it here and then we can see there is a stock difference. So this is the formula from we have done just now. And yeah, so just press stock underscore difference and then the pipe operator, and then just try to arrange stock difference, okay, because that's the variable of it. So we just press run and then you would see this. So you can see the stock difference have arranged according to from the smallest, from the lowest stock and then to the highest stock. So if we want to find the greatest number of stock, we can just use this function, but you will need to go through this and then find the largest stock difference and then see which has the biggest stock lah. So now actually everything just run according to A to Z function from the smallest to the largest, right? So what if I want to look like, instead of like just pressing it from 1 to 6 and then find the highest stock difference here, so what if I want to arrange it in descending order? So basically just, it's very easy, you just add something in front of stock difference. So we just try again the data frame stock difference, and then again the pipe operator and then arrange. So here are the difference. We use this descending function or the negative function put in before our variable of interest. So for example like this, descending, so DESC, and then open bracket, so we put stock difference. So this is the shortcut, and then like just run and then you would see this. So you can see it runs from highest to the lowest now. So yeah, ta-da! So if you are unsure like how do I remember how this descending function works, so that is actually another way. So you use the stock difference again and then pipe operator and then arrange, and then just put a negative sign in front of the stock difference. And then press enter, and then you see it works the same. Alright? So back to how to use this pipe operator function is basically, you see this arrange function. So still remember how we usually type the arrange function is that we need to type arrange and then the data type, so the data frame, soda, or even data equals to soda. Then only you want to put the column name, for example, stock difference, and then you only run this information. Alright? So let's take some other thing in the example, like drinks. Okay. Oops. Missing S. And then you can see it runs according with drinks again, it arranged from there. And this is like, you keep repeating to type this dot data equals to or even soda function. So with this pipe operator, you just tell the R that I want to use this data frame. So using pipe operator, and then I want to run this function, arrange function, and then I want to arrange according to stock difference. So you don't need to put the first column anymore, then just followed by this function. So it kind of ease your life in a way that you don't need to keep typing the data, your data frame name. It's actually fine if you are doing a very like short command, but if when it's a very long command you want to keep doing the same thing, then it will be a bit of hassle lah. So as you can see, pipe operator actually allows you to reduce some of the hassle by allowing you not to type your data frame so mafan. Well, because you have actually tell R that you are using the same data frame at the start, so it will actually automatically run with the same data frame and need not you to type the df again lah. So somehow easier. So now we have the highest sales already. We have all lower sales, like what to see the stock difference and stuff. And now you would like to check out this filter and look into very specific information, and let's see which dairy product has the lowest sales throughout the year. So basically it's kind of combining multiple function into pipe operator. So it kind of worked the same thing. So we use soda, the pipe operator, then we follow with filter function first because we want to filter the dairy type first, right? So type equals to dairy, no more data equals to, and then again pipe operator, and then we arrange according to total sales. Alright, so just run it. Oops. Oh, there's an extra R here, so just remove it and then rerun it again. Yeah, it happens sometimes with some typo, and then you would see here, you would see after you filter the type, which is dairy type of drinks, then it has actually arranged according to the total sales here. So you can see from the lowest to the highest. So for the highest sales, just use the similar function we have mentioned. Just copy and paste all these, and then just include a negative sign in front of total sales, and then press enter, and then it will actually arrange according to in the descending order. So you can see here, so the highest sales is here instead. Now, how many types of drink in specific type of drink. So like we have a few types of drink, right? So how many types in total? And now we can use the summarize function to combine with count or observation to have the summary of everything. So again, we go to soda and then pipe operator, and then now because we want to have a summary, so we need to have this group by function. So we group by, just now we want to look at type of drinks, right? So we group by type and then continue with another pipe operator, and then we just summarize, and then count equals to n, and then remember to open and close bracket to indicate, to count how many n they have, and then so alternate enter, and then you can see here they have actually summarized for everything already. Okay, so what if I want to see if the type equals to carbonated drinks? So it's kind of more specific as compared to this one, because we have this one in general, right? So to be specific, just do the same thing. We just copy and paste, and then just type equals to carbonated, and then run, and then you see very specific one, and you will see this true and false thing, but just focus on the true part because that's the actual answer, that to show that we have actually 12 drink which is carbonated, and the 40 and the other 40 drinks are not carbonated lah. Alright, so there's actually another way to find out the number of observation we have. So we have this observation function combined with this summarize function. So we just go with soda, pipe operator, and then we group by type again, and then another pipe operator, oops, and then just summarize. For summarize, SUMMARISE or ZE, it's fine. And then just put observation equals to n, open and close bracket, and then run. Then you will see the same thing in general, or like if you want to count how many type it has, so you can just use soda, again pipe operator, just use the count function, type, and then it will actually count for you as well. So you can see all these having the same outcome. And then if you want the carbonated one, and then just count the number of types, oops, types equals to carbonated, and then run. Yeah, you will see this true and false button. And then the other one is basically kind of a full another type of typing it. There is quite a number of variation of these answers, so you can just try it out yourself and then to see which one work, which one don't work, right? So again, count, type equals to carbonated, and then just sort equals to true, then press enter, and you would see also this true equals to 12. So yeah, congratulations for making it so far. That's all for today pre-recorded tutorial. So let's go to the next slide to try out the tutorial activity. If you have faced any problem, feel free to let us know and we shall resolve this issue together in tutorial class. Alright, that's all for today. Bye!